We got our timer set at 5 minutes. Start it. Let's get going. We'll try to wrap it up quickly. I just want to show you what a unit test is. I have a method here called the three of a kind. I assume you have some knowledge of TypeScript or Angular and JavaScript. We're passing in a player card list. We're passing in a community card list, and we're combining those cards together into a poker hand, and we're determining, does the player have a three of a kind? And so over here, we simulate that, we arrange that here. In this situation, the player has two twos. On the flop, there's a two, an ace, and a queen. And the turn is a three, and on the river, there's a four. So this person does have three twos, so this should give us a three of a kind. And so here I am setting that up. This is just the code to set that up. I won't go too much detail on that, but that's just creating an array of cards with the spade of two, a club of two, and on to create that hand. We then create a player board, which takes those cards, and all the player board does is it arranges the card on the board for this player. So in this case, this person's going to have a two, two cards in their player cards, and they're going to have 5 community cards here. And that's what we're passing into that method. So into that method, we're passing is a three of a kind, and that's the method we're testing is three of a kind. We're passing in two twos in an array. We're passing in the community cards, which represents this, a two, a ace, a queen, a three, and a four. And that's this two will make this method return true. And so you were saying we're getting the result from this method, so we're calling this function or this method, whatever you want to call it, and it better be true. And so that's what a unit test does. Now, you're asking, okay, well, that's great. But if you notice, I've got a whole bunch of other tests here where I'm testing all these other scenarios. For instance, I'm passing into that same method, so I kind of stripped this method out of here because I want to refactor this to use this over and over. And so I have this method called is three of a kind. So that's just a copy of this method. And I'm passing in a pair. It better return false. I'm passing in two pair. It better return false. If I pass in a straight, it better return false. So let's just say I commented this out for some reason. We should get some failures. And so right away, if someone commented that out, you can see right away this test fails. It says, hey, a full house. A full house should not be a three of a kind. And so you can see we're passing in a full house here, a known full house that I've set up and to drive this up. And I'm calling that function under test, and I'm passing in those player cards and those community cards. And it's saying, hey, it's returning true. It expected true to be false. And so this true came through, which is wrong. And it's saying, I expect it to be false. And it's like, well, you broke something. Well, yeah, I did because I removed this. As soon as I put this code back, you'll see test turn green. And let's say I were to come down here and someone was messing with this and they broke this and they made this 4. We should get a bunch of tests that break. So we see we have tests that break. We have 7 tests that break because of that. Hey, don't do that. So that's what a unit test does. It keeps you from breaking things as you're writing code. Now, that also, but what I like about it is I'm not 100% happy with this implementation, but I know it works. So now I can go think about another way of doing this. Maybe it's better, maybe it's more efficient. And if I go do that, I can know that I got it right because all my known tests should pass, right? And so you can see I said to do. Can you refactor this after unit tests are proven? So the unit tests are proven. So now another developer come along and say, well, I don't like how you did this. I know a more efficient way of doing that. You don't need to do this loop or whatever it is. And I can show you another way of doing it. And I'm like, fine, just make sure you implement that and all those tests pass. And so, you can learn all of this. This is my website showing it. Here's Wallaby showing my tests and my test coverage right now. I got 94% test coverage. What I'm using for the automatic feedback is Wallaby. You don't need to use Wallaby. You can use ng tests and run it in the command line. I highly recommend you use Wallaby. You can go to YouTube and just say, what is a unit test? And there's already enough people out there telling you what it is, probably doing a better job than me. I'm just trying to show you some quick information. Go out to YouTube and you could say, hey, what is Wallaby.js? Plenty of videos out there showing you what you can do. And so this is a practice video. I'm going to wrap this up. It's beeping now, so that's 5 minutes. I like to keep my videos under 6 minutes. So if I post this to YouTube, I don't know. Leave comments down below. Obviously, this is just a practice video. We'll see if we can make it video. I love you all. This is Michael, the Prophet Dream.